Ask the right people the right questions, otherwise you waste your and their time. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel where we talk about urban development process and what makes our cities look or function in certain way. And only a lazy person doesn't say anything nowadays about importance of citizen participation and collaboration. More and more books and articles convince us that it will embrace citizen belongingness and ownership. It will help us to combine top-down and bottom-up approaches. That it will make our projects more vibrant, cohesive. It will solve real people problems. That is kind of an ultimate good that will help us to achieve all that cheesy buzz concepts that we claim essential nowadays. Easy to say than do. Have you ever tried to organize the participatory project? Or maybe you were a participant? How was it? Can you share this experience? Because all the sessions I've personally attended or co-organized had some issues. Like nobody came, or the facilitator took all the time to deliver his point of view and the participant had barely any time to give their feedback, or fights because of lack of facilitation, or just really random people came just out of boredom or curiosity sometimes, and they give quite a random feedback. Make a swimming pool with a bar on that building. Yeah, in the end, many of these sessions just an imitation of participation. You should really ask the right people the right questions, otherwise you waste your and their time. So let's have a look on project stakeholders. Who are they? According to Bryson, stakeholder is a group or individual who will affect or is affected by the achievement of the project objectives. In this case, in every project you will find a dozen of stakeholders, like several in public ones, a handful of private, and numerous in society. But don't worry, you don't need to swamp up in negotiations with every of them. The Bryson's power versus interest diagram will help you to make the first stakeholder analysis. Well, actually, in different circumstances, you will place them a bit differently. Oh, I believe you need a few seconds to subscribe, so I see that not only my mom needs these videos. Done? Okay, then let's move forward. Let's assume we have a project where developer has naturally the highest interest and it makes all the final decisions. Designers will follow somewhere nearby, but they have less decision power. The local expert, they have a power because they give the permissions, however they don't have any personal interest in this project. While the future residents are highly interested in the future homes, however, the only decision they have access to is to buy or not to buy this house. And the residents of the nearest surrounding naturally interested in what will happen to the area, while they would just prefer avoid the deprivation. It's better to do this exercise with other stakeholders because each of us look at the world through different lenses. Now let's check what is actually participation. According to the most iconic paper on this topic, the Ladder of Citizen Participation, the participation is a redistribution of power that enables the powerless citizens, which are currently excluded from the process, to be deliberately included in the future. Based on this, we can say that participation is when this group of people includes these ones. And how about the others? Should we forget about them? Definitely not. But let's first check on the ladder of participation. As many of you know, the actual participation is on the top of it, while the lower ones are just fake. But still, in the middle, we have methods that can contribute to the process. So now we have our stakeholders analysis and the ladder of participation. What happens if we blend them together? So you see that there is no need to spend any time or energy on the stakeholders which have no interest in the project and no power. However, you want to inform them because you never know, maybe somewhere around them you will find a future collaboration. At the same time, the stakeholders with the mild interest but no power can be a good source of information, so keep them in mind if you need a piece of advice. What do I know about that barn? Not much. But at least once a month there is somebody around by a car next to it. Then, the group with power but low interest. Usually you would like to increase their interest or just go there for an advice. And finally, actual participation. It happens within the same stakeholder groups, but depends the way you will redistribute the power. It can be either partnership or delegated power. Actually, you need the same set of tools to organize both of them. It is really only the matter of who has the decisive voice. Don't worry, I didn't forget about citizen in control. The thing is that this approach really requires a lot of people with the pioneer mentality, which is rather an exception in reality than a rule. But still they are worthy to admire them. And here you have a simple scheme that could help you to decide who, when, and to what extent to involve in your project. I was so excited when I came up with this idea. Hope you found something helpful in these 10 minutes. If so, please feel free to share it with a friend who also will find it useful. And that's it for now. Hope to see you next week in the following video. Ciao!